Charles Hamilton Houston, fought through the courts. Long before Brown versus Board of Education, crafting the legal arguments that would bring segregation down. He trained the next generation of lawyers, including Thurgood Marshall. Daisy Bates helped guide and protect the Little Rock Nine. She, and her husband, turned their home into a safe haven for students trying to attend a white high school. Robert F. Williams believed that self-defense was sometimes necessary. Living in North Carolina, he trained black families how to protect themselves, when the law failed to do so. His story often gets left out, but he helped shift the conversation on what resistance could look like. Medgar Evers investigated crimes against black people in Mississippi. He worked to get black voters registered. But he was unalived, in his own home, in front of his young children. Reverend James Reeb traveled to Selma to support the marches. He was assaulted by a group of white men, and he didn't make it. His expiring reminded the nation that this wasn't just a Southern issue, it was an American issue. There were many women front and center in the movement. They taught people to read, so they could pass the literacy tests and vote. Septima Clark created schools that trained thousands in how to organize and register voters. Joanne Robinson helped launch the Montgomery bus boycott by printing and distributing thousands of flyers overnight. Every single person in this movement played a part, some taught others, and some didn't make it. But all of them made history. The resistance they faced was intense. Marchers were attacked, arrested, and fired from their jobs. The legal system was used as a weapon against them. Even when they won in court, local officials refused to enforce the laws. Strom Thurmond's filibustered the 1957 civil rights bills for 24 hours and 18 minutes to delay votes. But in April 2025, Senator Cory Booker spoke for more than 25 hours on the Senate floor, defending democracy, civil rights, and social protections. Breaking Strom Thurmond's record. We applaud you, Cory. Governors stood in schoolhouse doors to block integration. Police departments sided with white mobs. The message was clear: those in power were not going to give up their grip easily. And yet, the movement pushed forward. The laws that were passed changed the country. The Civil Rights Act banned segregation. The Voting Rights Act protected voters, but passing laws doesn't erase hate, it doesn't heal centuries of harm. Today, racism still exists, it just looks different. Instead of poll taxes, we see voter ID laws that make it harder for people to vote. Instead of separate water fountains, we have underfunded schools in black neighborhoods. We experience redlining, unequal access to housing, and healthcare, instead of outright segregation. But the fight continues. Out of the civil rights movement came new waves of activism. The Black Power movement pushed for self-determination and pride. Criticism of the war on drugs revealed how laws were being used to lock up black men and destroy families. Police reform movements rose to call out brutality and demand accountability. The movement for reparations asks not for an apology, but for real compensation. All of these modern efforts were built on the shoulders of those who marched, sat, rode, and fought in the civil rights movement. And now, it's up to us. We can't afford to sit still. Right now, we're watching hard-earned civil rights gains being quietly erased. Diversity, equity, and inclusion programs that were meant to open doors in schools, workplaces and government are being shut down. Offices built to ensure fairness and equal access are being dismantled. And the protections that once helped level the playing field for black and brown communities are being stripped away, piece by piece. Some government agencies have removed DEI departments altogether. That means fewer people focused on preventing discrimination in hiring, fewer efforts to support underserved communities, and fewer safeguards in place to catch injustice before it spreads. That's a wrap, history seekers. Catch the full story on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.